Today on CCX News, a grand vision for Northeast Plymouth, the project that will reshape the former Prudential office park. The proposed redevelopment includes 4 apartment buildings, a new business park, and a possible new grocery store. Renderings include the first tenant to sign on to the project, Woodbury-based Summit Orthopedics. It's planning an 80,000 square foot facility to make Plymouth a primary hub for its services. Other renderings show new restaurants with a walkable plaza and a brand new 13-acre city park, complete with a walking bridge over a pond. The city has previously pointed to Edina's Centennial Lakes as inspiration for the new development. The Planning Commission this week unanimously recommended approval. The City of Plymouth will now have not 1, but 2 council seats to fill. Councilmember Elise McGregor announced her resignation on Thursday, effective immediately due to her plans to move outside the city. McGregor has represented Ward 1 in Northwest Plymouth since 2019. CCX News recently caught up with McGregor, who owns Yo-Yo Donuts in Minnetonka. Her term expires at the beginning of next year. McGregor joins Jim Davis in stepping down. Davis resigned for health reasons. Wine and beer aficionados now have a new place to go in Crystal. Crystal City officials celebrated the grand opening of Wine Thief and Ale Jail. The new shop occupies the space of a former Pizza Hut at 36th Avenue and Douglas Drive. The husband and wife team bought the property and increased the building's size by 50%.
Coming over here felt like a big step, but we're excited to be part of the community. We've loved meeting the neighbors on this corner, and we're happy to be here.
The owners received a grant from the city and Hennepin County to make improvements to the building. A Brooklyn Center man celebrated a milestone this week. As Kevin Miller explains, he had a little help making it particularly special.
A Friday without Don at the VFW, that makes the news.
Standing outside his Brooklyn Center home on a gray February day,
I'll probably be there tonight.
Don Halverson's wit is as sharp as a bayonet.
Hey, Shirley!
His family, friends, and fellow soldiers made a special trip to his home today, and they're ready to party.
Danny, how you doing?
They're celebrating a man who is in many ways a statistical rarity.
Thank you.
In World War II, he saw combat in Italy as the Allies drove out the Nazis.
Landed in Italy in '43. I left the States on the 13th of September of '43 and landed in Italy on 13th of October of '44. And I figured 13 must be lucky number 2, and they kept missing me.
He survived and is now one of the few left.
When I first moved in, there was all those World War vets here. They're all gone now. I'm the only one left here on the 2 blocks here.
But people aren't standing in the cold just to cheer for a veteran.
So happy birthday.
I'm glad you make it there. Thank you.
On Saturday, Halverson turns 101 years old, a feat that he attributes to his wife.
I met a woman that didn't smoke, and I quit in '46 when I met her, and I haven't smoked since. And I have a whiskey and water once in a while as preservative.
To celebrate, he and his family are getting a visit of the loud and flashing variety.
Oh, look at that.
The Brooklyn Center Police and Fire Departments drove past his house with their sirens blazing.
Thank you.
Halverson has had many honors, but never this.
I didn't expect this big a caravan.
For a man with more than 100 birthdays under his belt, this one was worth remembering.
Been a good day. First time I had something like this.
In Brooklyn Center, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
A comedian who's performed all across the country is returning to his hometown.
I've been doing stand-up for, I would say, about 15 years now. I hate telling people that because I don't want them to come and be like, he should be funnier.
David Harris performs Friday night at the New Hope Cinema Grill. He has performed more than 2,000 shows and has worked with the likes of legendary comedian Louis Anderson. His inspiration for comedy, everyday life.
I think people need a release, because life is crazy and painful and lots of different things happen, and it's nice to kind of connect with people on that shared life experience.
Harris says it's a little nerve-wracking performing in front of the hometown crowd because he wants to do extra well. Tonight's show starts at 8:30. Coming up at Wayzata High School, a new look at a classic show. This weekend showcase, we get to know some of the stars of Oklahoma.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
It's a beautiful day in the Wayzata High School auditorium.
I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
freshmen and sophomores are performing an American classic, Oklahoma.
It's really about community, rural America, and love. I think those are the biggest three themes of it.
This was the first show that really was about rural America. It wasn't about the big city.
She proved that everything she had was absolutely real.
The show is co-directed by Matt Riley and Bree Graham. They say it's a unique opportunity for younger students to shine.
We really like when our audience feels connected to the work that we do, and they're able to see themselves in a show. I think that's really what theater and art is kind of about.
And looky here, I'm handsome, ain't I?
Owen Seifert plays Curly.
Curly-headed, ain't I?
He's the main love interest in the show.
He's kind of like the leader around the parts where he lives, and he kind of rallies everyone around him to like just kind of get along.
Gotta quit early because I'm driving Lori over to the party tonight.
But it's not a true love story without an obstacle.
You're driving Lori?
Aspen.
Opposite Seifert, Owen Piatowski plays Judd, who's also vying for Lori's attention.
You said there ain't no such a rig. You said you made the whole thing up.
Piatowski says it was a unique challenge as an actor.
There are so many things that are exaggerated about him, but they all come rooted from emotions that everyone feels. So I take emotions that I have felt throughout that day and just try to amplify them as much as I can during my performance.
Everything's like a dream in Kansas City.
Both actors say it's worth it to come for the color, the story, and the work they put into it.
Lots of dancing, and there are some very talented dancers among us, tap dancers, break dancers, and there's a lot of great music as well.
Yes, sir.
And it's just been a lot of fun.
Oklahoma opens this weekend and runs through March 2nd.
A strong comeback from a 3-0 deficit in the Section 5AA final put the Maple Grove girls hockey team into the state tournament. The Crimson aimed for an upset against top seed Minnetonka in the quarterfinals. Jay Wilcox has highlights.
Top seed Minnetonka set to face Maple Grove in the best quarterfinal matchup of the state AA girls hockey tournament. Maple Grove starts strong. Maddie Elfstrand shot sails through traffic and in for a power play goal as the upset-minded Crimson play a good first period to lead 1-0.
Maple Grove strikes first.
But Tonka comes on. Lauren Goldsworthy goes to the net. Her shot saved, but it goes off the skate of Allison Ryan and in. The play survives a video review and the goal counts. It's 1-1. Late in the second, Kendra Disted sets up Lindsay Avar for the goal with just 0.9 seconds left in the period. A backbreaker for Maple Grove, and Minnetonka leads it 2-1. In the third, a near miss for the Crimson as the puck pops up in the air and rolls up the leg of goalie Layla Hemp. It comes very close to crossing the goal line, but after another video review, they rule no goal, and it stays 2-1. Minnetonka later has an apparent goal reversed by review on an offsides as Maple Grove gives the Skippers all they can handle, but Minnetonka holds on for a 2-1 win. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The Section boys hockey playoffs are underway. Benilde-St. Margaret's is the number 3 seed in Section 6AA, and they hosted 6th seeded Armstrong-Cooper Thursday.
Second meeting of the year between these two teams. The Red Knights won in the season opener 6-1. First period, Junior Podine passes to Weston Quirk, who goes right under the crossbar and in with his shot for a goal. It's 1-0 BSM. Just 21 seconds later, the Red Knights strike again. Ben Norris with a nice takeaway just inside the blue line and a great drop pass to Caleb Koski. Koski nets his team-high 16th goal of the season, and it's 2-0. They'd get one more before the period ends. Norris passes out to Mason Miner at the point, and his wrist shot finds the back of the Wings net. 3 first-period goals puts Benilde up 3-0 after one. Armstrong-Cooper gets one back in the second period. Tanner Roush takes advantage of the turnover in the neutral zone and scores on his own rebound. Roush's 27th goal of the season makes it a 3-1 game. But the Red Knights counter with 2 goals in the third period. Cam Kirshner to Mason Stenger in the slot, and he snipes it home, and it's 4-1. About 3 minutes later, number 18 Podine tips in the shot by Quirk. Benilde-St. Margaret's beats Armstrong-Cooper 5-1 as the Red Knights advance to the 6AA semifinals Saturday against Edina.
Wayzata, Maple Grove, Champlin Park, and Rogers were among other winners Thursday. Section tournament play for all of those teams continues Saturday. Breck and Providence Academy boys hockey split in the regular season, with both teams winning on home ice. The Mustangs and Lions met up for a third time, this time in the section playoffs. Ches Moots has the highlights.
Section 2 Single A boys hockey quarterfinal. Providence Academy, the 4 seed, taking on the 5 Breck. The Lions got off to a great start. Mustangs trying to answer back. Ben Amato flick on net and in. Breck scores for the first time. 3 minutes later, Amato gets another opportunity. This time it's on a penalty shot. Puck goes in the left side of the net, pops out on the right, 3-2. But with less than a minute left in the first, the Lions scored their 4th goal in the opening period. Lewis Wieman power play wrister, 4-2 score after a wild first period. In the second, PA adding some insurance. Sammy Lewis shot on net, rebound by Brandon Sattler. Lions looking good with a 3-goal lead, but Breck battled back. 20 seconds left in the period. It's that guy, Amato, again. Give him a hattie. His 3rd goal of the game. Mustangs pull within 2. It was a quiet third period, but with 35 seconds left, who else? It's Amato again, making it a 5-4 score, but that's as close as they get. Providence holds on and advances on with a 5-4 win over the Mustangs. In Plymouth, Chas Moats, CCX Sports.